Y'all swear he wasn't gonna get caught. All y'all that was saying, oh, Antoine gonna be the last one to get caught. He over here doing mind games, master games. He over here posting videos on IG in a house. Then he disappearing right after. Nah. That nigga Derek came with a plan. I knew it. I had my parlay on Derek. I knew not to put my parlay on this nigga right here. I knew it. But supposedly somebody snitched him out. He got caught. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into that. No.
6-week manhunt, 4 escapes from custody, and a first-class flight to prison.
Out of there. He out of there.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's
1090
1090 Jake, man.
Y'all rock with me.
And for this video,
shout out 1090 Jake, man.
On the capture of Antoine Massey, one of Louisiana's most wanted men. May 16th, 2025. 10 inmates escaped a rotting jail in New Orleans, immediately gaining national attention. An intricate plan would begin with a maintenance worker at the Orleans Justice Center cutting off the water to the cell.
Right.
The inmates would force open a faulty cell door after midnight, rip the toilet from the wall, escaping through the small hole left behind, but not before writing a note for the jail staff on the way out. One of the biggest jailbreaks in Louisiana history, committed by one of the deadliest groups. Back in April, 19-year-old Corey Boyd was with 2 friends who were pulling on car door handles, attempting to find one unlocked so they could rob it. 38-year-old Mr. Brandon Fees and his girlfriend observed them from their porch. The suspects were approaching his car, so Fees went and confronted them. The veteran would be shot, stood over, and shot again in the head before being run over by the escape vehicle.
Ooh. Damn, so y'all gonna shoot the veteran, right? Shoot the veteran, stand over him, blick him down, then roll him over?
19-year-old Corey Boyd is accused of being the driver.
I believe it was him.
27-year-old Derek Groves was arrested for attempted murder back in 2014, but would beat the case. 4 years later, Derek would spin again. It was 2018, Mardi Gras, and a group of people were gathered in front of a house in the lower 9th Ward when 2 men ran up with AK-47 style rifles and opened fire. Jamal Robinson was shot in the arm and chest, while Byron Jackson was hit in the head.
Damn.
Both men died while 3 others who were shot luckily survived. One of the surviving victims would later testify against him for shooting him 6 times.
Wow.
Derek would be found guilty of 2 murders and 2 attempted murders, while also pleading guilty to 2 additional murders, but a juror error would result in a mistrial. Derek Groves has been connected to 4 violent killings, and he is the only remaining man out of 10 that's still on the run.
That nigga had a plan, bro. That nigga had a plan, bro. Look. Derek had to be the mastermind out of all of this. He had to be the mastermind. It's like, bro, that nigga is gone. No posts, no social media posts, no nothing. This nigga probably in Cuba with his legs up drinking coconut water right now. Do your homework. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's out of here. I don't think they're gonna catch this nigga. This nigga probably dressed up as a whole female. He probably didn't, covered his tattoos up. That nigga probably like a whole different man now, bro. This is your only time to explore the free world. This is your only time to, have your time in this world, bro. Because if you get caught, Derek, bro, you were back in there for life, my guy. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you doing, bro, just don't harm nobody out there, bro, where you at it, bro. This is your last chance of freedom right here. So, my God, you know what I'm saying? You better stay on the cover, boy. Cause stay on the run. If they got Antoine, bro, they definitely looking for you. No cap.
But the most famous of the group is none other than 32-year-old Antoine Massey.
Yeah.
He escaped a juvenile facility, a neighboring adult jail, and twice cut off his ankle monitor before doing the race.
He's too noticeable though.
Aside from having chest pieces tattooed on his face, Antoine would receive the most attention after he started to post to social media while on the run.
I'm one of the ones that was let out of JC. What I want to talk about today is as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months.
All right.
6 months, something like that. So I'm asking for help from the world, from Meek Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy, Donald Trump.
Young Boy.
For these people, I couldn't even get a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence.
These posts would lead to a tip and a home being raided by SWAT, where officers were able to recover some of the clothing Antoine could be seen wearing in the video. Now, Antoine was asking for help from rappers and even the president, but his list of charges would make anyone say fuck him.
I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for.
Right.
Today, what I want to talk about is that I was on second-degree kidnapping, second-degree rape, domestic abuse battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse battery, violation of protective order, right?
Hey, keep his ass in jail.
FBI!
Damn.
Domestic abuse charges in one county. He was being held in New Orleans on another case of domestic abuse as well as car theft. But Antoine also had warrants out for second-degree rape, kidnapping, domestic violence, and violating a protective order.
Lock him out. Keep him
It
locked
would
up.
seem Antoine has a history of crimes against women, which would categorize him in jail as a no-good piece of shit. Another tip would reach New Orleans police, and 4.5 hours later, Antoine was taken into custody in Holly Grove, the very neighborhood Lil Wayne grew up in.
Bro, look at the cops, bro. Like, them niggas shaking hands with each other and shit. Bro, I ain't like these cops happy as hell, bro. Look at this cop right here. This nigga happy as hell. Fat nose ass. Look at this nigga right here. He like, yeah, I caught him. We got the job done, guys. We need one more now. Looking at this nigga right here. Is this a female? It's like a female right here. This nigga not even bothered. This nigga over here happy as hell though.
Officers would take pictures
Got
of
that
the
nigga,
captured
bro.
suspect before rebooking him into the same jail he escaped, but they weren't taking any chances. Immediately after being rebooked, Antoine was placed in a helicopter and received a first-class flight to the Louisiana State Penitentiary.
Over with.
Angola, also known as the Alcatraz of the South, is a maximum security prison run like a slave plantation that's home to over 6,000 inmates. With 9 of
It's over for you, bro. It's over for you, bro. You stuck in there, Derek. If you see this video, look at this right here, bro. This is where you're going to be at. That is where you're going to be at, bro, if you get caught. So, whatever you doing, bro, my parlay's on you, nigga. Hey, man, I can't damn speak, man. What the hell going on? But I don't see him getting caught, though. No cap. I don't see him getting caught. I think he had his mastermind plan, and he done, bro. He ain't getting caught, bro.
the 10 escapees in custody, 13 additional people would be arrested for their assistance in the escape.
All of them got caught.
The maintenance worker who cut off the water to the cell was arrested on suspicion, but he claimed inmates told him the cell was clogged, and if he didn't cut the water, he'd be stabbed. Others helped by either cash apping money, transporting them around the city, and giving them a place to stay.
Right.
By far the deadliest amongst the 10 is Derrick Groves. And he is still on the run.
The deadliest one is still on the
Facing an
run.
eternity in prison, it's hard to imagine he's still in Louisiana, as he faces the most severe punishment. But he's also the most dangerous. And if he's gotten his hands on a weapon, surrendering peacefully might not be an option he's willing to accept. We'll just have to wait and see how the manhunt plays out. Now this was wild to see.
That's wild.
Mainly due to the fact that people started doing parlays on who's gonna be the last inmate on the run.
Hey, you know, tell them niggas, send me my money. Send me my money, nigga. What you talking about?
we can expect with today's technology that everybody gets caught, and very rarely there are some people that just disappear. And it would seem like, you know, the first thing everyone assumes, oh, he's gonna go to Mexico, he's gonna go to Mexico. The border has so much heat right now, I don't know if that's the smartest thing you can do.
Right.
You might be better off just going to the swamps or going to the woods and just living off the land, but you have to know how to do so. And everyone that got captured pretty much got captured in New Orleans. Nobody really left the city.
Yeah,
you know what
I'm
I
saying.
mean? So it's
That was
like
a dumb move.
Antoine Massey was doing videos in the city, and then as soon as he dropped it, boom, they raid that house because they know exactly where he's at. Because people are telling on him.
Exactly.
They're like, yeah, we know where he is. He's over there. We don't want him free. He's over here beating females up and this and that.
Right.
Nah, get him. And then the other one, oh, he's killing everybody. Yeah, get him too. Like, the city doesn't want these people on the run. You know, so it's really on social media, you'll see people excited, right? Because everybody likes to act like they're against the system.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the inmates escaped and, you know, let them go, you know, run, run, run. And it's kind of like when you think of the escape from Alcatraz. You had inmates who made floaties out of whatever material they could find in the prison, escaped, and nobody knows if they made it or not because they had to go through shock-infested waters.
Yeah.
But it's the thought that makes everyone excited. They made movies, video games, all about that.
Crazy. That's crazy
And,
still to this day.
You know, it's kind of the same thing until common sense and maturity kicks in and you realize, well, wait, no, these people are pieces of shit. A 19-year-old who was trying to break into a car was with a group who ended up gunning down a veteran, running him over, and while they ran him over, they hit the girlfriend with the car too, and she bounced off the hood.
It's crazy though, dog.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. A veteran who fought for this country got stood over and shot in the head because he was trying to keep 3 teens from breaking into his vehicle.
I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? You know, all jokes aside, besides the parlay, you know what I'm saying? These dudes are real life criminals, bro. Criminals. Can't speak. They're like criminals. And like, they didn't really did some stuff to this world, bro. They didn't really took people's lives, especially Derek out of all people. He didn't took people's lives. You know what I'm saying? People that got stuck, they stood over a veteran, shot him, rolled him over. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's literally OD is crazy, you know what I'm saying? These people are actually dangerous in this world, bro. And they escaped, you know, and there's only one left. Who knows? He may have committed 5 more murders. We will never know. We don't even know where this guy is at. He could be damn near in my city for all I know. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy to think about because, you know, everybody, you know, most people damn near scared, you know, especially in Louisiana, like, damn, you know, the deadliest dude is still out right now. We don't know where he's at, you know? You know, it's crazy to think about, though, bro. These niggas didn't kill people, bro.
It's no bueno. Then, you know, you got another guy who runs up during Mardi Gras and opens fire on a crowd of people, hits 5 of them. You know, he's doing this with an AK. Or a Draco or whatever he had, an AK-styled rifle, 7.62s flying through the air.
Yeah.
He opens up on a crowd of people, hits 5 of them. 2 of them die. He'd been connected to another 2 murders, and then he had an attempted murder from back in 2014.
Jeez.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be out here. He seems to have a issue with not controlling himself. And he has a habit of killing people.
Got that trigger finger, boy.
We're good on that. We don't need that out here. You know, people want to enjoy Mardi Gras, not get shot at with rifle bullets.
Hell yeah.
And then you have Antoine Massey, who even his own aunt made a video speaking on him.
Y'all making my nephew out to be a monster. He is not a monster. Is Antoine a problem child? Of course. Anybody who know us know that. Has Antoine been a problem since they fucking won? Yes.
Okay.
But how did he?
But you just answered our question. He's a problem child, so that's why he's at where he's at. He's not a monster, but he's in a jail cell, so I'm pretty sure he's some kind of monster. If he's in a jail cell, am I right? But let's see what you gotta say.
Get that way. Y'all know how he got that way. From watching his father get executed in front of him, but he's not the only one that it done affected. It affected his sister. It affected his mama. It affected all of his siblings.
So, Auntie, why they not in jail, Auntie? Why they not in jail? You know what I'm saying? if they got affected by it? Why they not in jail, Auntie? I understand everybody, you know, like, you know, cope through stuff differently, but Auntie, you can't do this. Come on, Auntie. Come on. No. We're not gonna do this, Auntie. No.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It affected all of them. But this is his story with it. His sister right now is locked up and incarcerated for allegedly helping him. Allegedly helping him. She ain't been right since she seen the murder of her father. This not his fault, y'all, and I'm not taking no sides. And I'm not trying to make excuses for him. But this not for him.
Did I just hear a gun click?
Sides. And I'm not trying to make excuses for him.
I heard that, bro.
But this not for him, y'all. Because trust me, he's scared right now. He's scared. He want to go home. Because he the type of nigga, he will make decisions and think afterwards. Because he not all there. Am I saying he don't know
That's why he needs to be in jail. And that's why he got a card.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
You know what I'm saying?
For wrong. Yes, he know right from wrong. He grown. But the system raised him. He been in jail 14 years of his life. Come home, domestic violence, he back in there. All he wanted to do is see his mama who just come home. All he wanted to do is see his baby graduate. But we know that's not the way of going by doing it. But in his mind it is. It's his mind he can't do 14 more years. And the crazy part about it is he was the one with the lesser charges.
So while there can be excitement from the jailbreak, the thing is this. I don't know what the punishment is in Louisiana. In Florida, if you escape, I'm pretty sure it's like a 5 years mandatory that you get hit with. You know, so unless you got mad time, it's not worth it. Some of the guys that were in Louisiana were facing gun charges, robbery charges, whatever. You had a couple of them that could get off with a 3, 4, 5 year sentence.
Yeah.
So if you're just gonna get another 5 years slapped on top of that, you might as well not even run, because it was only 6 weeks Antoine got away. The other ones were getting caught immediately. It's not worth it.
Right.
Stupid choice. And you know, as much as they want to blame the inmates, they need to blame whoever is in charge of that jail.
Hell yeah. How y'all let goddamn more than 10 inmates escape from the jail cell? Where's the overnight security? You know? Y'all don't hear that noise? You know what I'm saying? How y'all let more than 10 people escape the jail cell? You know what I'm saying? How did y'all let them even get out? What y'all got y'all feet up like this? Like these? Eating donuts? What the hell y'all niggas doing?
Because you can't have a rotting facility where cells don't open correctly. It can be ripped open, you know.
Right.
The jails that are the least taken care of with the worst conditions tend to have the most violence, the most access to weapons. Because if you can rip toilets off the walls, you can turn that bitch into a goddamn whatever the fuck, you know.
Metal ass shank.
You might even be able to build a gun out of all that metal.
Right.
But what I'm saying is this. That was one of the biggest wake-ups to New Orleans, and it made them look terrible. And now they have to hunt everybody down, and they have to go crazy with the punishments to set an example for their failures. But what they also need to do is invest money into that facility.
100%.
Because you can't keep your city safe if you can't keep it contained. But as far as Derrick Groves, there's been no word as to where he's at.
At all.
I don't know. He could be anywhere. We'll just have to wait and see how this case plays.
Hey, there grows, man. Hey, man, you're the last person remaining, bro. It's you get caught, they may never find you. Simple as that, bro. It's crazy.